Hello everyone. So this video is especially for those students who are going to write 12th class exam this year. You all must be preparing for 12th class exam from almost 1 year by now. And you all would have worked very hard to score 90%, 95% or plus 95% in order to get admission in the best colleges of the country. But the scenario has been changed from this year. The government of India has come up with a new policy of taking an entrance exam called as CUET. I hope you would have heard about it. So in this video, we are going to talk about this entrance exam today, how important it is and how should we prepare for this exam now. Okay, so to start with, I will be giving my introduction first. My name is Sambhav Sugani. I am an aptitude trainer and I have been training students of class 11th and 12th from last 10 years for all the different entrance exams which happen for graduation courses. So to talk about the CUET exam first, let us talk about the basics of this exam first. If we talk about this exam, there are few things which we need to understand about this exam first. What this exam is actually talking about. So students, before I am going to go further with this exam, I will talk about the basics of this exam first. CUET is standing for Central Universities Entrance Test. So to make it simplify, I can say that in the entire country, you have different kinds of universities. One is called as Central University, another is called as State Universities, you have private universities, you have deemed universities. But you see that most of the good graduation courses are being carried out by those colleges which are affiliated by central universities. So all central universities used to take admission, and the colleges affiliated by those central universities used to give admission based on 12th board exams. But now the situation has changed. Now they have come up with a one common exam called as CUET. We can take it like this, that one test for one nation. That's correct. That means in the entire country, we will have one exam. Based on that result, you are entitled to get admission in almost all the central universities of the country. So it's a very good move, first of all, because this helps you to apply for entire universities in one go and write the exam and get the desired college. Now, talking about the course and the pattern which is going to come up in this, let me just move it one by one. So government has come up with this entrance exam telling that from 6th April to 6th May, you can fill up the form for this exam. And this exam is going to happen in the month of July this year. The exact date for the exam is not being released as of now, but this exam is going to happen on a computer-based system. That means you need to go to the center where you need to write this exam based on computer, right? So this is not a paper pen exam. This is a computer-based exam, okay? And in this exam, now before moving what they are going to give in this exam, we need to understand first whether this exam is important for us to get into a top or good university in the country, or can we skip this entrance exam, focus on our 12th board exam, get 90-95% in the board exams and get into the top college which we desire for? So now the answer is no. Even if you are scoring 95+% in your 12th board exam in this year, you will not be able to get admission into the top colleges of the country, because now most of the top colleges are being affiliated by center universities, and the center universities and those colleges will be accepting the result of this exam called as CUET. That means in a way, this exam CUET becomes a mandate for all 12th class students to write and get the desired college. So that's correct. One thing which we need to make it clear, that from now you should focus on this exam CUET in order to get the desired college after 12th. So your results of board exams are not going to matter much in getting the admission to the top graduation course, because the government has made up clear with this thought, the notification, that all those students who are appearing this exam, clear this exam, will be able to get the seats in the desired colleges. So now students who are in 12th class need to write this exam as a mandate in order to get into the top colleges of the country. So as far as 12th board exam is now concerned, you need to write that exam to get the degree, to get 12th course as a pass, to get the passing marks for the 12th exam. But yes, even if you score 90-95% in that, you will not be able to get the desired college. So now, as we talked about, that CUET is very important to get into the exam. Few things which we need to understand about this exam is, as I told you before, the entire 45 central universities in the country are going to take admission based on this entrance exam. The entrance exam is going to happen in 13 languages. And most importantly, there is no weightage to the board marks. That means even if you pass in board exams, say you scored 50% or 60% or 70% in board exams, and then you clear CUET exam, you will be able to get into the top college of the country just because you have cleared the CUET exam. On the contrary to this, if you are not appearing for CUET, and even if you score 99% in board exams, you will not be able to get into top college. So now the focus should shift from board exams to the entrance exam termed as CUET. Now, you can get all other information from the government website, from where you need to fill up the form called as cuet.samarth.ac.in. Now, before moving on to the other topics, there are few things I will be talking about this exam as of now. So before talking to the preparation of this exam, we should know what exactly this paper is going to be. So basically this paper is divided into 3 sections. We can say at section 1, section 2, and section 3. Section 1 talks about languages, and that section 1 is again bifurcated into 2. One is A language. Section 1B is about language which are optional. Optional, that means they are regional languages. You may opt, you may not opt. And that depends on to the course which you are applying for. However, section 1A language is important and mandatory. You need to take it to get into eligible for most of the colleges which are there in the CUET exam. Then you have section B. Section B talks about domain subjects. Domain subjects also termed as core subjects. Let's say suppose I am from maths commerce background. So there are 5 key subjects which I am studying in class 12th. I can opt any 2, minimum 2 core subjects as my domain subjects, and I can appear in this exam. I can also write 4 exams, 4 domain subjects. So minimum is 2, maximum is 4. And based on that, I can be evaluated and I can apply for the number of universities and colleges which are there under this exam now. Apart from this, there is another third section called as general aptitude. As you all know, general aptitude covers GK, a bit of logical reasoning, plain maths, which were there till class 8. So this exam is broadly about language, basic general knowledge, basic maths, and the core subjects. Now, there is one more clarification which I will like to give to all of you. If you are a maths commerce student, you can take the domain subject which are there in your 11th and 12th. Apart from those, if you want to opt other subjects, you can. But there are many universities like Delhi universities who have made it compulsory for the students to take 2 core subjects from the subject which they have in class 11th and 12th. That means if I am a commerce student and I am going to choose the domain, I shall choose 2 subjects of the domain area from my subject, from my stream. Then only I will be able to pursue for Delhi University. And as you all know, that out of all the good colleges existing in India, most of the colleges are being affiliated by Delhi University. So if you are desirous to study into the top colleges of the country, it is very important for you all to take those subjects which are there in your stream. And I will recommend you can also take maths, because there are some courses in which maths is compulsory. Almost 12 courses in the Delhi University, in which maths plays a vital role. That's a mandate. If you write that exam, then only you are eligible to get into that colleges. So if you are coming from science background, if you are coming from maths commerce background, I will suggest that you can go for this subject. Now, this is also a very important thing to observe as to which topic we should take, because based on this only we will be able to decide on which courses we are going to apply or we can apply. So that is also something which is very subjective. You can get in touch with us by writing the problems which you are facing while opting your domain subject under the comment box, and based on which we can reply and we can help you and assist you in getting the correct domain which will suit you in this exam. Now, apparently, if we talk about this exam, you will see that the first section, you will get almost 50 questions in this section, out of which you need to attempt 40 questions. So you will get 50 questions and you need to attempt only 40. That means 10 you need to leave. Even if you try to attempt all, first 40 if you will attempt, then you will not be able to attempt the other one. That means you need to opt only 40 out of 50. Number 2, each question carries 5 marks. And when there is a negative marking, there will be a negative marking of 1 marks. So the total paper of section 1 consists of 200 marks, because you will be attempting maximum 40. 40 into 5 makes it 200. Out of 200 marks, whatever you will score based on which your section 1 get over, you will be getting, for attempting this, we say section 1, you will be getting 45 minutes. So time is a very important factor here. Now, then we move to section 1 to section 2. Section 2 talks about the domain area. As rightly discussed, you can have 2 subjects to the domain, which can extend to 4. Each domain paper will consist of 50 questions again, and you need to attempt 40 questions. You will be getting 45 minutes for each domain subject. I repeat, there are minimum 2 domain subject for which you can opt, which can go to the maximum 4. Each domain paper will consist of 50 questions in which you need to attempt 40. Each question will consist of 5 marks and there will be a negative marking of 1 mark each. Now, after this, you will have section 3. As we have discussed, this is going to talk about the general aptitude. You will be getting 75 questions in this set. And you will get 60 minutes to solve this question. Again, you will have 5 marks for each correct question and a negative marking of 1 for the wrong question. So in this way, if you see, you will be having this exam in, we can say, other languages. We will be having more than 13 languages in which this exam is going to conduct. And after you writing this exam, there will be a slot for this, for writing this exam. Slot 1 will consist of 3 hours, 15 minutes. Because you will be taking 2 domain subjects as mandatory. So that will make somewhere around 90 minutes. And the language, again, you will have 1 language and then you have the general section called as section 3 for general knowledge. So that will consist of almost 60 minutes. 60 and then 45 makes it 105 minutes. And you have 90 more for 2 domain subjects. So together it will make 195 minutes of test. So in slot 1, you will have 3 hours 15 minutes to do, wherein which you will be doing 1 language, section 1 for language, section 3 for the GK side, and section 2 having 2 domain subjects. Now, as we discussed, you can take more than 2 domain subjects, which can move to 4. Supposedly, you took 4 domain subjects. You will be writing another 90 minutes in the afternoon for those 2 subjects, and based on which you will be writing other optional languages as well together, which will constitute another time for 3 hours, 45 minutes in the exam. So this is how the exam will be conducted while you will be preparing for this exam. Now, with this, we will be talking about the selection process. So basically, first of all, you need to register yourself for this exam. Then you need to select carefully your domain subject. As I told you, selecting the domain subject is the most important thing. This will decide in which colleges you are eligible to get admission. So here you need the expert opinion. So before taking this, filling this form, you should consult some expert, and you should think about all those facilities, areas available to you for this exam, and then you should go for it. And after this, you need to talk about the different eligibility criteria available to all other universities. So example, I will give you an example. In Delhi University, there is a rule that if you are applying for Delhi University's colleges, in section 1, that is the language, you should score at least 30%. Then only you will be able to get admission in any Delhi University affiliated college. So this is a rider. This is a eligibility criteria that in section 1, that is language, having 40 questions to attempt with 5 marks each, making it a paper of 200 marks. You need to score out of 200 at least 60 marks. If you are scoring 60 marks out of 200 in section 1, then only you will be eligible to write to get into Delhi University. So this is an important thing which we need to see. After this, you will be writing this exam in the month of July. You will be getting a score based on which you will be able to get in which colleges you are getting admission, and then you need to apply for those colleges. So this is how the selection process will go on. Now, there are 2-3 things which we have already discussed up till now. Number one, the importance of this exam and all those colleges which are being covered in this exam. And we have also talked about the subjects which are being covered in this exam, the manner, the procedure in which this exam is going to happen. Now we are going to talk about another most important thing, which is important for us to understand, that how to prepare for this exam. Earlier, up till now, you must be studying in your school coaching, wherein which you are being taught to write the subjective paper. Subjective paper means you get a question and then you write the theory on this. So you learn, mug up and write it down. There, the most important thing is you learn it and you write it. Even if you don't understand it, it's okay. But you need to write it verbatim by verbatim in order to get good marks. This is how you score good marks in your 12th board exams. Even I did so when I was in 12th. I scored 90% in 12th when I was there. And the key to get 90% was very easy. Is to learn, mug up all the questions and write it down. Take down the 5 years previous question papers, prepare them well, mug it up and then go for the exam. 40% of the paper will be repeated. Now the situation has changed in this exam. This is an entrance exam based on MCQ, multiple choice questions. You don't need to learn anything. You don't need to write anything. You just need to click and submit. That means you need to understand the question and answer it. That means now you need to understand and answer it. Those questions you are not able to understand, you can leave it. You have an option that out of 50 questions, you do only 40. That means you can choose and then do those questions which you find it to be correct or in which you are confident enough to do correct. So first and the most important thing which is important is you should have an aptitude expert. An aptitude expert is the person who has been teaching or training students how to write an entrance exam. Because in an entrance exam, time plays a very important role. See, you have just 45 minutes to go through a 50 question paper and attempt 40 questions out of it. Similarly for section 2 and similarly for section 3, wherein which you are getting 75 questions and you have 60 minutes to do. How to cope up, how to read it, how to take decision quickly as to which question we should attempt and which question we should leave is something comes from practice, and how to practice is something an aptitude trainer can help you. Number 2, you need a mentor in order to prepare you for your general studies, for your mental ability test, for your aptitude, logical reasoning, and for your plain maths. Because section 3 is entirely on this, wherein which you are going to get 75 questions for 60 minutes. Now, you need to read those questions and need to choose which one you are going to attempt. So you must be well aware about certain short tricks as to how you use to apply them and get the most appropriate option ticked. And the third thing which is very important in this exam is you need a mentor, dedicated mentor, which can help you to understand what exactly this exam wants from you, how you should manage this exam while writing this in a given period of 3 hours, 15 minutes in your first slot. So there are few things which you need an expert guidance as to how you should select your domain, how you should attempt your section 3, how you should attempt your section 1 of the language in order to score the maximum you can. And for all this, you need someone who is expert in giving training for aptitude exams. We at Career Launcher have been teaching students for aptitude exams from almost 30 years by now. All those faculties who are being taken by us and have been training students for this are there with us for more than 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line. So in case you have any doubt, and if you are willing to write this exam and get into the top desired college without waste of time, you should start connecting with us and start following the rules and the guidance which is being given by the mentors of Career Launcher. Now, this is one thing which we need to talk about. Now, apart from this, there are certain more things which we need to talk about as to which universities we should focus on, and then we should set up our priorities. Let's suppose you are planning to go for a BCom honors, which is the top college you should focus on, and then what should be the second college, then third college, then fourth college, which domain subject you should take based on your performance in the last year in your school time, because all these exams have the syllabus which were there in NCERT of class 12th. So your study of class 12 is not going to be a waste. Of course, it is going to be an asset for us to revise it and write this exam. But this format of writing exam has changed. So we are coming from an ODI cricket match to our IPL exam. And in this method, we need to change our method of playing this game. So what I will suggest you is, you should start searching and look forward for all those colleges you are looking for. Make a list, interact with us, and in the next video, we are going to tell you which are the top colleges for which degree and how you should align them, and then fill up your exam form for CUT so that you get the maximum seats availability from this exam while writing this year. All right. Thank you so much for being with us and hearing this video for so long. Thank you so much.